Isn't there a reward if we turn whoever's laptop that is? Turn them in? Let's do that. Okay, up next we have the co-founder and CEO of Mendr, Josh Farrar. Say it right?
Yeah, you pronounced that correctly. Thank you. Thanks for having me. It's a great evening. Really appreciate it. I'm just kidding.
But you were kind of slow on that response.
I was, yeah. I'm just kidding. Clicker, thank you. All right. Keep me in check, please. All right. Now I want you to imagine a scenario with me. Let's say that you're at a Dallas local startup event. You're with your co-founders, and you're excited because you're going to be launching that week. What's important to you this night, besides networking, is getting a good shot, a good photo for your social media posts. You got to get posts up and active because you got to get traffic on your pages, and you're thinking, well, let's get some activity. So you take a few photos with your co-founders that evening. You don't have a lot of time, so you hand someone the photo, and you think you get some good shots of the event. Right afterwards, you take a look at your smartphone, you pull up the photos, and it's pretty depressing what you see. Not only because it's you, and the lighting isn't great, but there are two outstanding flaws with your photo. The first is that the CEO is blinking. It's very annoying. His eyes are totally closed. It doesn't look good at all. It's going to be terrible to post this photo. But the second, and it's a rather tall problem with a hoodie, is that Michael Sederzeski photobombed the whole thing. Popped up right behind you, put his hands up, his face up, and he was holding a beer. You can't post it. It's a huge distraction. So what do? Well, you don't post anything is the answer. If you need to get an edit done quickly on a smartphone, your options are some cosmetic Facetune-like apps where you do it yourself. If you don't want to do it yourself, you don't have an option. And if the edit is more complicated than a basic cosmetic do-it-yourself app, you're out of luck. That changes on Friday night, March 10th. Mendr. Mendr is indeed a smartphone app that enables anyone to have their photos improved by certified photo experts. Let me explain to you how it works. So if you download the Mendr app, it is free to download it. Monetization is fascinating. You have a few options. Once you get into the app itself, you pull up the photo that you want changed. Now, the key here, and you're going to see this in a second, is that you have the power of Photoshop essentially in your pocket. So you can dream up what you want done. This could be a basic change to an image, or it could be a really profound change to an image that transforms elements in it that you couldn't normally do in any other app on your phone. Once you dream up what you want done, you can go right into the app and guide it. You can customize it. You use our specification tools to chalk, to draw, to comment, to connect and attach merge photos or reference photos for imitation. All sorts of quick, intuitive methods for you to give the editors the information they need to give you exactly what you want. Now, if you're a different type of consumer that approaches photo editing differently, you'll do Editor's Touch, where you pass it along to the editor and they use guided methods for making your photo social media ready to quickly turn it around to you. Now, what is our method? What is our methodology? Is a pay-per-edit system. It ranges from $2 up to $30. The average edit in our system is going to be about $4 to $7 typically. The key here is where the editors come from. There are hundreds of thousands of skilled Photoshop experts across this world, whether they took Photoshop classes in college or they trained themselves. They would love to make money at their passion, and many of them already do that work for free on sites like Reddit. They're going to be able to log into Mendr, create an account, and if they pass our tests, and there are 3 of them to become editors at Mendr, then they do not have to bid for photos. They can develop a following. They can take direct edit requests for extra fees, and they can make a very, very good amount of money on a daily basis. The default payout to an editor in our system, because we respect the craft, is 40% out of the gates, and if they are active and loyal and produce quality, we bump that up to 51% take on every job that is done. They keep 100% of their direct edit fees when they develop a following. We're excited about that and proud of it. As I said, there are lots of pain points in the freelance editing market. The catch-all sites are a problem. The bidding is a problem. The customer is heavily favored in crowdsourcing, which is why we don't like the word and we don't believe it defines us. We are a craft sourcing company. And I'm sure it's one of those terms that a lot of little startups think they've coined. But we're excited about it. So we're launching soon, and this is where I stop. Thank you. I'm going to call up Pat Thibodeau, who is the man with the idea, a photo editor, a supply chain expert.
You got to gong him. He's still talking.
Questions. Thank you. Yep.
All right, I don't know if did I miss a slide that said how much of a problem this actually is for the user? Because to my knowledge, they're teaching photo editing stuff in high school nowadays. So you highlight a lot on the freelance editors, great, everyone needs to make money, but why would a regular person or even a startup founder or something use this? Like, is this actually a problem?
For who? On both sides? For the user?
Like, I run 2 startups. I can do some of my own editing. Why would I use this?
No, you wouldn't. You're good to go.
Okay. So
Yeah.
touche. A complete rookie, never done any of this stuff before, and they're starting social media feeds and want to post pictures, but they don't have the skills. Why would they use this? Why would they pay $7 to get an editor to doctor a photo or two?
Well, $7 is a higher end of the mid-range prices. So many of the edits you're going to get in and out of the gates are around the $2 to $3 range first. So that's one element of this. As soon as we get enough data to make pricing a little bit more dynamic and respectful of what users are willing to do, we're going to respond to that. But the problem is primarily with people who are very concerned with actively posting. There's no doubt about it that our target demographics are young, late millennial moms and early Gen Z, late Gen Z college females. We've tested extremely well with sororities. We've tested extremely well with young moms. Young moms in their mid-30s tend to love the passing off of the edit that they want done. They're not as savvy with editing apps, Facetune or Photoshop. And then on the sorority end, the younger female end of things, they tend to know exactly what they want. And in their case, we are a complement to their tools. We say, use Facetune. Yeah, absolutely. Use Visco. Use the tools you have. But when you're at that wedding, when you're at Thanksgiving and your parents are giving you that eye because you're sitting in the corner working on your photo rather than hanging out with the family, what we hope happens is that the sister leans over and says, hey, just mend it. Just send it off. And it'll come back in minutes. You can get back to the event, get back to your life. That's the selling point. And the pain points are real, and we definitely wouldn't have left our full-time jobs if there wasn't some evidence of it. Yeah.
How are you handling the copyright issues? Because arguably you have 3 different authors. 1, the user, 2, Mendr, and 3, the editor.
Yeah, we have set up, we've partnered with law firms to go to the nth degree to protect us there. And basically the editor, while they have the photo, they are essentially borrowing that photo. They don't have any rights to use that photo, to share it. And we've also set up our servers to only store photos for 72 hours. But in all of our terms and conditions, if an editor provides a merge photo or any other images, that has to be owned by them. They do not own any copyrights to the images that are coming through here. Yes, they sign off on it.
All right. So I had a question: is this going to be mainly just for photos, or is it going to be for other media? And then what's the extent of what can be edited on it?
We are focusing on images. The type of photo file or image file can vary. The resolution types we're releasing on Android and on iOS. But we are narrowing our scope, and that is part of what we believe is going to help. We're open to the idea of down the road, if the results are promising, looking at other forms of media, but I honestly don't predict we will. I think we're going to stick with the bread and butter of the importance of curating images.
We do have one edit
And where are we at? Never mind.
Last question.
Yes,
So
ma'am.
if I asked you to doctor up a photo of a celebrity doing something compromising, so
Doing something compromising?
yeah, I take two
Oh.
photos and I say,
Yeah.
here, there's so and so.
Yeah, we actually have what some people would deem a rather strict moral, almost traditional moral policy. We don't do pornographic images. We at least instruct our editors and they sign off on not doing anything that represents criminal behavior or pornographic behavior. That's a weird word to end on. Thank you. Appreciate it.